Hi everybody, it's the ATX Mom. Well, as some of you may know, a few months ago I was diagnosed with breast cancer and I've been going through chemotherapy. And the number one question I see come up again and again in different breast cancer groups or cancer groups is, what should I pack in my bag when I go to chemo? Or my family member, my friend, my mom is going through chemo and I'm packing her bag and I don't know what she's going to need. So I thought this was a great opportunity to do one of my traditional what do I have packed in my bag videos, but I'm going to do what do I have in my chemo bag. So let's get going. So this is my chemo backpack that I chose. I wanted a bag that had a combination of lots of storage for me to carry everything, a lunchbox. This actually has a lunchbox built into the front of the bag, which is super cool, and backpack straps. Because honestly, when I'm especially coming out of chemo, I'm usually like a pretty worn down and tired, and having like a tote bag or something heavy on my arm would just feel not great. So having the backpack straps to throw on my back really helps. And I wanted something I could personalize and really make my own and have it be like my battle bag. So I got this plain backpack. I actually got this off of Amazon. It was actually pretty inexpensive. And then I bought a ton of patches and stuff and added patches to it. You can see here I had a patch made on Etsy with the breast cancer ribbon and my name. This patch is super cool. I made a Spotify breast cancer battle cry is the name of my playlist. And I had someone on Etsy make me a patch. This is actually a scannable Spotify code, so you can fold that up. It'll take you to my playlist. I thought that was super cool. And then I had this amazing fob made by Fobs by Andrea. She's made all my fobs on all my bags, if you've seen my other videos. And she made me a snowball from Rick and Morty because he's like my little power mascot. He's my tough guy. Comes with me to chemo. So let's get started. And as I go through this packing video, I'm also going to kind of give you some tips on like, these are things to make sure you have with you in your chemo bag. So the number one thing you should absolutely always have with you when you go to chemo is water. You get super dehydrated. You should be drinking something like 60 or 80, I think it's 80 ounces of water a day when you're doing chemo. It's bonkers. It's a lot of water. So I got this awesome Mr. Beast, shopmrbeast.com, water bottle. And I love it, and I bring it with me to all my chemo, and then when I'm drinking my water, I can remember I'm a beast. So this goes in the side pocket here. I'm trying to do this all one-handed, y'all, so bear with me here. This goes in the side pocket. In the other side pocket, I try to keep these little, this is my little skull bag, but in my skull bag, I keep my anti-nausea lollipops, mints, hard candies to suck on. I've recently discovered Sticky, which is a company in Australia that makes these awesome little hard candies called lollies. So I have my Sticky lollies. I've got a couple mints. I have some Tootsie Pops that I like to suck on. So I keep this separate from my snacks just because there are times when I feel a little nauseous or I just feel like I need a little pick-me-up. And this one came right here on the other side. Okay, the next thing you need to make sure you have with you when you're packing a chemo bag is snacks or lunch for the day. So I'm going in today at 9:30. I probably won't be home until about 3 p.m. So it's kind of an all-day affair. It's a lot of sitting around, but you do want to make sure you have some food. So you don't want anything too spicy. You don't want anything too filling. You want kind of light, healthy snacks you can graze on through the day when you're hungry. So as I mentioned, the front of this backpack, how cool is this? The front of this backpack is a little lunchbox in here. And I already have this bag of cashews, I think, from my last chemo. So into this bag, I'm going to add just this little bento box. I have it filled right now with cheese cubes and pretzel chips. I like to try, like I said, bring things that are more like snacky foods than a whole meal. So that's going to go in there. And I do have a little ice pack for the cheese, just in case I don't get around to eating it right away. I brought a piece of fresh fruit, so there's some nectarine in here, some carrots. Shove those guys in there. Some crackers to go with cheese. And do not at me in the comments. I love candy corn. This is candy corn mixed with peanuts. If you've never tried these mixed together, it tastes like a payday. It's amazing. So if I'm in the mood for a little sweet snack, then I've got that. So that's everything in the little lunch bag portion of it. How cool is this bag? I really love this bag. Okay, now let's get to the inside of the bag. So you will need some entertainment because, like I mentioned, you're going to be there a while. I like to think of my chemo bag as if I was going on a flight, what would I pack in my carry-on bag? Those same sort of things are the things you're going to want to have with you in your chemo bag. Some things to keep you entertained, some little snacks, some water. That's about all you need. So for my entertainment today, I'm bringing a magazine. I am going to bring a coloring book. This is my coloring book of adorable animals saying curse words because I find it amusing and it helps keep me in the right mood when they're chemo. I'm going to bring a book. So it's a new Chuck Palahniuk book. He's one of my favorite authors. Put him in there. And I always bring my iPad because, like I said, you're there for a while. They really encourage you to like put a movie on, kick your feet up, and relax. You have so much downtime. The next thing I need, since I have that iPad, is my electronics. So I need headphones for the iPad. These are big old Bose noise canceling headphones. But I also have a pair of like traditional earbuds in here. I like the noise canceling just because I don't like hearing all the beeps and boops of the IV machines and everything that's going on in the room. So I would prefer like put myself in my own little bubble with my headphones. And one of the coolest features of this bag I haven't talked about is it has a power port attached in the back. So I can take my external battery pack, which I have here, all my stickers, and I can take the cord that comes out of the bag from the inside, plug it into my battery pack, and then I can plug on my electronics into the outside of the bag and they charge. Very cool. So there's actually a special little pocket in here for the battery pack. So I will put that in and get that all hooked up into the bag. Super cool. And then of course I have to have the little charger. This one is the one that comes out of the back to charge my stuff. And then I also bring, this little bag has my traditional earbuds in case I don't want to use the big old noise canceling like DJ headphones. But it also, so I have those. But then I also have this little bag. These are called loops. Loops are sound dampening earplugs. So they won't completely kill the noise like a noise canceling, but they just kind of dampen the sound. I like them when I'm sitting in the waiting rooms. Again, I don't like hearing all the beeps and boops. I don't like hearing the conversation of all the patients around me. I can put those in, be in my own little world, but I can still hear them if they call my name for my appointment, because they're not completely noise canceling, but it just kind of helps, especially if you're feeling anxious, it helps kind of block out the world. So I got this cute little bag at Marshall's for holding. So that goes in with my electronics. All right, what else can we fit in this puppy? Well, I brought that coloring book, so I need my colored pencils. That's my colored pencil case. I love it so much. It's a little kitty, but once you do that, you can pull the sides down, and it acts like a little pencil cup. How cool is that? So when I'm sitting at my table, I can pick the colors I need, and then when I'm done, pull it back up. I have to get my feet involved here. Okay. And this goes in my bag. So I'm going to put this guy, there's a little side pocket in here. So the pencils go in the side pocket. Stay 30. There we go. Done. On the other side pocket, I found these super cool things. Again, Marshall's, my favorite place. These are thank you cards specifically for nurses. And it's just like a little box of them. And they've got all these little cards in them. And they're really lovely. They have like lovely little quotes to appreciate nurses. I always write my infusion note a little thank you card because they work so hard and they don't get enough encouragement. So I always bring these with me, and when I'm sitting in the chair with nothing to do, I write some cards for the nurses, and they're always very appreciative of that. The other thing you're gonna make sure that you have in your bag is any sort of toiletries you need. So I'm gonna come down here so I can just kind of spread out my toiletries on this tray and see what I pack in my little toiletry bag. So I have my Baymax. How would you rate your pain? He's my healthcare, my personal healthcare companion when I'm in chemo. So here's all my stuff. So you'll want any sort of medication that you have to have with you. I generally don't bring any of my chemo medicines or nausea medicines because they give you that in your IVs when you're there. But sometimes, you know, maybe you're there for IV fluids after you've done chemo and you want to have your anti-nausea pills with you. Or in my case, like I have my asthma inhaler, any other medications you take, you want to make sure you have with you. You want to have some sort of chapstick. Chemo, in addition to wreaking havoc on your hair, also wreaks havoc on your fingernails, on your mouth. You sometimes get sores in your mouth or really chapped lips. Your skin gets really dry. There's all these lovely presents that come along with chemo. So I have these two Treat Beauty sticks. This one is my lip balm that tastes like better than sex cake, which is like a butterscotch chocolate. It's amazing. It just tastes like cake and it's delicious. I love all of their products. And this one is the Marshmallow Moisture Stick. So you can use this all over your body. I use this on like little dry patches on my hands, on my face. You can use it around your eyes. It's amazing. Use it on everything. Then I have hand cream. This one is a goat milk hand cream. I just really like because it doesn't have any kind of like funky ingredients in it. It's all natural. I've got a nail file. I've got this amazing little product called Pick Fix. Pick Fix is specifically for people who like pick and chew at your cuticles and stuff like that. It's like a cuticle oil you can rub. It keeps your hands really healthy. This has been a wonder for me for my dry skin during chemo. Pick Fix. I use it like 10 times a day. I love it. So I take it everywhere. I also have some hand sanitizer because germs. I have got some aromatherapy. This one's a tension tonic. Aromatherapy oil. Got some Kleenex. And on the off chance that I start crying, which is very possible, I have a little handkerchief from my tears. And this one says ugly crying. I got this on Etsy. Love it. That's my ugly crying handkerchief. I haven't used it yet during chemo. I hope I won't need it, but it's there just in case I need to have a meltdown. So I get this little bag, fill it up with all my cute little toiletries. And then this goes right in the top of the bag here. And what else do I got here? I got a couple comfort items. So I have lost all my hair, womp womp. So this is my absolute favorite type of hat. I know sometimes people wear beanies and stuff. They can be really tight and uncomfortable because your head gets really sensitive. So this is a slap. They're called slaps. It's a satin lined hat. They're used to protect certain hairstyles, like people of color wear these to protect their braids and things like that. So I find it really kind of soothing and comfortable on my little chemo head to wear a slap. So I bring my slap in my bag. Actually, my slap will probably be on my head, but you know what I mean. And they always recommend that you bring comfy socks. Sometimes people say bring your own blanket. I did that my first chemo session. I brought my own blanket and it was like big and heavy and awkward. And then I realized they have lovely hospital blankets there that they put in a warmer. And ever since I discovered that, I stopped bringing my own blanket because I like the blankets they have. But I do bring my own socks because, again, you're sitting in that chair for hours. You want to kick your shoes off. You want to be cozy. And I try to bring funny socks just because it helps. I don't know. It helps me. It helps my attitude. It helps me be positive. So today I'm bringing my chicken socks. My chicken legs. Are these hilarious? When they're on, your whole leg looks like a chicken, and then you kick your feet, and it's absolutely hysterical. So this week I'll be wearing chicken socks during chemo. And then I also like to recommend just bring something that makes you smile. Whether it's a card from someone that you love that they sent to you. Whether it's, in my case, it's a little stuffed animal that my son gave me. Keep with me, and I sit him on the desk and look at him, and it reminds me of home. Maybe it's a photo or photo album. Just bring something to keep your spirits up. If you're starting to feel kind of bummed out, you can look over and find something to smile. The last thing I want to show you in this cool bag, flip her over here onto the back. You can see I Added more patches on the back too. Pro tip, if you're not a good sewer, I'm not a great sewer, and you don't want to stitch the patches on, I use the hot glue gun. And my husband laughed at me and I was like, it works. And so all the patches on my bag are glued on with hot glue. But it's got this nice little secret pocket in the back. And in here I keep a face mask in case I want to take a nap. You look around the room, sometimes you see everybody with their little face masks on napping. It's an extra, this is a kitsch mask. I like them because they're the softest, most comfortable. So I have like a million of these, but I always bring an extra just in case, because it is COVID time. You know, no one's allowed to go with me. When I go for chemo, I have to go all by myself. You're not allowed to have visitors, at least here in Texas right now. So you always have to have a mask, always have to have my hand sanitizer, always have to have plenty to entertain me because I'm going to be by myself. And the other thing I have in there, because chemo can make you really cold, especially if you're doing any sort of cold capping treatment or cold hands or gloves, sometimes they'll have you wear to prevent neuropathy. So I know a lot of people are like, bring warm stuff. I have these little fingerless gloves. These are actually Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. The whole text of it is on these gloves. Aren't these red? So I bring these just in case I get cold while I'm there. And then I keep all those comfort items stuffed here in the back. So this is everything that I bring in my chemo bag. It's a little bit heavy. It's a little bit heavy. The one thing you'll notice I don't have in here, I don't have my binder. I have like a big cancer binder. It has all of my pathology reports. It has all of my appointment information. I don't drag that big thing to chemo with me, just because I don't find that I really need it while I'm there. I'm there to like get my medicine and go. Sometimes I'll have meetings with my oncologist when I'm there, and I might bring a little notepad and paper in case I want to take some notes. But you don't feel like you have to bring your whole like 2-inch binder full of all your materials. You probably won't even refer to it. It'll just make your bag heavy. So that, in a nutshell, is everything that's in my bag for chemo. I will include down in the description links to all of these different products, the Etsy stores where I got my custom patches, Fobs by Andrea where I have my beautiful fob. I'll list all of this stuff in the description for you. I hope that you found this informative, helpful. I know a lot of people kind of stress out about, you know, oh, I want to make sure I don't forget anything, or I have the things that I need. And I will encourage you again to think of your chemo bag like your carry-on bag on an airplane. You're going to be kind of held captive here for a few hours. What do you need to keep you occupied for those few hours and to keep you comfortable and happy, and like try to make it as positive of an experience as you can, because we all know cancer sucks big time, and we need the warriors going into chemo need things to make them smile and keep them happy. So I hope this really helped. I hope you guys have a great day. And I'll end this with a big F cancer. I love you guys. Bye.